Yeah, here we go. So we're live, and we're going to be joined by Rana in Dubai. She's a naturopath based in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. So hopefully we'll get her on here in a second. Let me see if I can invite her. It's Wellness by Rana. There she is. I've invited Rana. Yeah, we've got Rana coming on here in a second. She's a naturopathic practitioner based in Dubai in the Emirates, and she's actually joining us today from Dubai. Well, thank you. I love this shirt too. Appreciate it. This is my new cotton, my new pink cotton shirt. Okay, here's Rana. She joined. So now I invite to join. She's in it. So how do I get her to come on? I'll try her to join again. Okay, Rana, I invited you to hop on. If you could accept, that'd be awesome. And then we can get started. So today we'll be talking to Rana from Dubai. Everybody still trying to get connected here, so just hang on a second.
If you need to, we can exit. Why don't you just exit and try to rejoin?
Exit and have her rejoin?
Yeah, just exit it, and then let's restart the live and see if we can.
Okay, we're going to exit and restart right now just so we can try to get this going with Rana. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, coolio. So she just said she just accepted. So she should be coming on now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, Rana.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
Hi, I'm so glad you were able to make it.
Yeah, finally. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing? Are you in
Fine.
Dubai?
Yes, everything is okay.
What time is it
So,
there?
In Dubai now it's 7 p.m.
Okay, yeah, it's quite a bit ahead. So it's a little after 9
10 hours, I think.
a.m. here.
10 hours.
So yeah, it's a 10-hour difference.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, so let's slow down here before we get into stuff, and let's introduce you. So this is Rana. She's a naturopath and healthy living expert based in Dubai, where she's coming
Yes.
from right now. And she's been a big fan of SaunaSpace for many years now.
Yes, over 4 years now.
Yeah, over
Yeah,
4
I think.
years.
Yeah, like
And I'm
5 years.
Brian. I'm the founder and CEO of SaunaSpace. And so today we're gonna go into how Rana uses SaunaSpace, how she recommends it, and maybe some other things she recommends as well.
We have
part of
a
her
bunch
practice.
of questions. We have a bunch of questions for you from my followers. So
Amazing.
because I asked them if they have any questions. So yeah, I also have some questions.
Yeah, so we'll get into those questions, and anybody who's joining live, you're welcome to fire off questions, and we'll try to answer them as we roll. But to start off, if you could tell everybody a little bit about yourself, Rana.
So I'm a naturopath based in Dubai, and I've been interested in the red light therapy since really long time until I found the SaunaSpace, and I didn't hesitate to purchase it. That was 5 years ago, and I started using it because I have kind of stabilized Graves' disease, so it's hyperthyroid. But yeah, I had in mind, because I have nodule, like many people, they have nodules. So I had some plan in mind, and I said, okay, I will be the guinea pig of myself. So I purchased the SaunaSpace, and I started using it regularly. Like first 2 years, it was really regularly. I mean, like 5 times a week.
Hmm.
So first thing, what I've noticed is the hair, the baby hair. That's to start with. Like first thing, like first 2 weeks, let's say 3 weeks. So this is the first thing I started noticing.
Do you notice? Do you notice
Also,
hair growth?
yeah, the hair growth.
Hair
It's
growth.
lots of baby hair at all. Yeah. And then later it start to, I've noticed something, and I told you this about it last time we spoke, that sometimes when the body feels not really well, even stressed or anything, I couldn't stay the 20 minutes, because I usually do 20 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
five, every side 5 minutes. So I started using it, and just recently, like I didn't check my antibodies long time ago because I feel good. So I checked it, let's say maybe a year ago, and for the first time I see the antibodies were normal. I
Wow.
don't worry about them because my thyroid, the levels are normal. I'm controlling it, but the antibody, they were never like, especially the Graves antibody, so they were normal. And that's where I said, okay, it was a good experiment, and I never regret buying it because everyone is using it in the house, not just me.
Oh, wonderful. So everyone in the family's using it, but that's really, it's really cool to see that. So, you know, when we use our, you know, our products, we do feel better and the symptoms go away. And that's the most validating thing, is to know and feel like you feel that you are improving. But it also is really validating to have some type of external test like that, to have an antibody test and see as well. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
whether it's
because
that or
my husband at the beginning didn't know what is it. It's some new gadget for me because I'm a fan of gadgets. So he had the injury while doing some workout, and he had really bad injuries in his lower back. And he said, I told him, just try it. Just try it. It's here next to you. Just try it. No, 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 let's go. We went to chiropractor. Actually, the chiropractor was like better. The first session, it was his, but let's say 30% better, or 40%. It was really bad injury.
Hmm.
Then he bought the creams, the whatever, this, the gel, the anti-pain, nothing was working. I said, okay, and now you will give it a try or not? He tried it, and from the first session, which was just 10 minutes directly on his back, and it was like 70% already
Wow.
less. So since
Wow.
then he uses it.
Yeah, it's that's usually for people who have joint pain, back pain, things
Yeah.
like that. It's one of the first things
And
that
you know,
people
when we
say
used
gets better.
it the most, Brian, we used it the most when it was COVID time,
Oh,
because I used to go to clinic, even though I was not very happy, because the light, the light itself, the light bulb, they have the EMF, right? So it's not zero EMF, but still I was happy to go with my kids and go get some session just for prevention. So we used it a lot during this time, because it was that time where I bought it.
well, yeah,
So
and
we were
you had
using
it
it
at
for
home.
prevention, and whenever someone is getting sick or something, directly we head to the sauna.
Beautiful, beautiful, wonderful. So yeah, let's just jump into some questions. I know you say you're coming with a bunch of questions. I did see one come a little bit
Let
earlier.
me
The question
check.
was, does it have any side effects? So there's no known side effects to light therapy, to what's called photobiomodulation, as long as you don't overdo it. And it's really the same thing with sauna. There's not really any side effects to sauna. There are these things called healing reactions, where sometimes you experience some detox symptoms as you detox. But sauna therapy and light therapy, which at SaunaSpace we do both of those together from the same power source. They're both what's called hormetic stress therapy. So it's a good stress on the body that we get from nature normally, but we want to get the right amount. There's an optimal
Yeah.
amount to get. And so with the sauna, you know, it varies differently person to person. Someone who has thyroid issues, they
Yeah.
might start out
And I know
doing
it's
less.
the tolerance for the, especially at the beginning, the tolerance is different from person to person.
Yeah.
Some people, they can start with just one light, and other they can start with more, with the 4. Some they can do the 5 minutes, and others can do more than that. So I know that it's about also individual tolerance for the heat, especially.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very important that each person figure out what their individual tolerance is, and the safe way to do that is just to start slowly in the beginning with less bulbs and work your way up if you know that you have some issues. And a normal person who's more healthy can use the sauna for 20 to 30 minutes with all 4 bulbs on. And we even have an upgraded setup now where you can add in a 3 bulb panel and have a 7 bulb system.
Oh my God, I don't know if I can tolerate, if myself I can tolerate this.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
Mind you, Brian, that I'm one of those that they couldn't tolerate heat, especially with the hyperthyroid. I couldn't tolerate heat. So I was very worried, like how it will work for me. And I started with the one, so I was starting gradually, but I was amazed that I was tolerating this. It's not, for example, I cannot go to the regular sauna. This is impossible for me. I just don't feel well, you know. But there I can tolerate the 20 minutes. I have a question, if you allow me, Brian.
Go ahead.
I've noticed something. We know that at the beginning, some people tolerate more than others. But what's happening when someone already do the full 20 minutes, let's say, and in certain days, they cannot really do it full, and they cannot sweat even though that before they were sweating. So in the bad days, the body is like something is changing in the body that they cannot tolerate the heat and they cannot sweat even.
Yeah, you know, your ability, so as you use the sauna over time, you do become more heat acclimated. You can handle the sweat better, the heat better, and you can also, you typically will sweat faster as you continue to use sauna over time.
Exactly,
so it's like tempering a sword, you know, the body gets stronger over time. But from day to day, a lot of things can shift in the body's homeostasis. If you don't sleep well the night before, if you're dehydrated, or if you are in one way or another, like get stressed out by life, by the environment or something.
Exactly. It happened with me when I'm stressed. I cannot really do the full 20 minutes and I don't sweat.
It's happened to me. For me, I can tell if I stay up late and I'm really overtired, I'll get in there and it does take longer for my body to respond. So, I can remember in the pandemic, during COVID, when I actually got sick when I got I guess what COVID is, I went in the sauna. I could only stay in there like 10 minutes. It was like way intense for me. It was very it made me really tired really fast. So that's an example of, you know, the body's homeostasis does affect how you respond to the sweating, and that's okay. The goal for each person when they get in the sauna and they use just our portable therapy light is to get in touch with their body and their intuition, and you can start to know and feel when you've had what you need.
The second most asked question: can cancer patient go inside the sauna space? Excuse me, can I just I will just translate something small if you allow me in Arabic for the format. So أنا عم بسأله هلا for the cancer للناس إذا بيقدروا يستعملوه الناس اللي عندهم سرطان. So cancer patient, can they use safely, or there is any
so I have to qualify. I'm not a healthcare provider. You have to talk to your healthcare provider. You know, that would be you or whoever. Having said that, we have a lot of customers who are dealing with that purchase our product and are using it successfully. Some cancer protocols are calling for 2 sauna sessions a day. Usually they're monitored for their minerals and their supplements, so they're getting proper nutrition. Our products are used at the Gerson clinic. It's in Baja.
I know that they are used in some alternative clinic also. I know that.
It's used in a couple of alternative cancer treatment clinics in Mexico and other places in the world. So it's our product specifically, I'm saying. And then generally speaking, sauna and hyperthermia, heat therapy treatment as a primary protocol in various cancer treatment approaches is really accepted. It's really widespread. I have a blog article I've written on that called Sauna Light. uh, and cancer. So the thing is, with cancer patients are a lot like autoimmune patients and thyroid patients where they have heat tolerance issues. So that's what's really lovely. I think that's what's made it's led to the success of
I'm
our
one of
approach.
them, but I was okay to tolerate the session.
Yeah, it's our sauna. The air is not hot. We're using the light to heat the body. So the experience is very gentle. The heat is soothing and rejuvenating, but you're getting the results. You're getting that heated core temperature effect that you want in the body that gets you the results of the sauna, gets you the detox. And definitely with cancer patients, in my opinion, they're dealing with a severe or extreme poisoning of the body. There's a lot of toxins in the body. So I would translate that.
Yeah, sure I will translate. So اكيد بدكم تسالوا الطبيب تبعكم مشان السونا، بس السونا تستعمل الريد لايت، يعني الريد لايت سونا بتستعمل بالكلينكس تبع الالترناتيف ميديسين تبع الطب البديل اللي بيعالجوا السرطان. But there's no any study against like against any type of cancer not to be using not the sauna specifically but the red light.
No, not for sauna at all. With red light, there is some confusion in the research where people don't understand some of the research. So, for example, with photobiomodulation, with light therapy, one of the cellular effects that it has is it stops apoptosis, which is cell death. And so people misunderstand that and they think, oh, the red light therapy is going to cause overgrowth of the cells. And that's not the case. Understand that light therapy is defined as the use of red and near infrared light to heal damaged and deranged cells and to optimize function of healthy cells. So the cells that are not working right, the light therapy is correcting the mitochondrial function and getting them to work better. And it's also supporting the cell's decision to kill itself if if the body decides, oh, this cell is no longer usable. So it's
what I've read also that it can stop the replication of the cancer cell.
So and actually there is some research now, concurrent research in the use of light therapy to treat tumors. There's some newer research, and certainly it's very interesting that light therapy has widespread use in treatment for the side effects of chemotherapy and radiation therapy. And so to heal the tissue that gets damaged from the chemo and the radiation.
Symptoms you are saying, yes, Brian, it helps with the symptoms.
Yeah, and so absolutely, there's no way that you could effectively use that to treat the symptoms of these other more damaging cancer treatment therapies if it was facilitating or promoting the cancer. It's not. It's quite the opposite. So that's just misunderstanding the research, but it is important to understand with light therapy, you want to get a natural dose. If you do get too much, you get declining benefits because it's hormetic stress, and it can damage you if you have way too much. So the power level we want to match is what's in nature, which is what we get from the sun, which is what we do.
Okay. Would you say that the exactly not too much is what's the recommendation in the sauna space? Let's say instructions, or it's about the tolerance of each individual.
The recommendations with the SaunaSpace user manual. So the sauna is 20 to 30 minute sauna session. Even less if you use more bulbs, like with the super sauna. With the photon therapy light, you use it 10 minutes per hour on the head. That's this little guy right here.
Yeah, that's the next question, by the way. Can you show us this, Brian, please? So الناس اللي ما قادرين يشتروا الهيدي فيهم يشتروا هيدي القطعة. So what's the difference? Always this question, what can we benefit from this, like comparing to the sauna? And I know that it's detoxification is the big thing in the sauna, right? So it's the detoxification, the sweat, this is all, it's a big deal actually.
It's the same technology as it's in the sauna, same exact technology. It's all EMF shielded, it's handmade in the US. The use of this is for targeted therapy on the body, so symptom relief on the body, and it's doing light therapy and heat therapy.
هيدي اللمبة بتستخدم لما بيكون عندكم محلات معينة بدكم تعالجوها، دغري على الظهر، دغري على الصدر، دغري على الغدة، يعني تارجت دغري موجهة لشيء. بينما السونا بتعملكم الجسم كله. I think I got it right.
Yeah. So you can use it on and off all day long, you know, on the body repeatedly throughout the day for that targeted therapy. And then there are many other uses to this portable light as well. This light cancels out blue light and flickering light stress from LEDs.
So they can
you
just leave it in the room.
You leave it on in the room. You have it on when you're working at the computer. When you have LEDs above you, it's making the indoor light spectrum more natural, like what we have outdoors.
هيدي اللمبة فيكم تخلوها مضوية كل الوقت يعني بدون ما تطفوها، وهيدي بتعمل كانسليشن، يعني بتلغي البلو لايت اللي هو مأذي لنا من التليفونات ومن التلفزيون ومن الكمبيوتر. So هيدي فيكم تخلوها مضوية بالأوضة كل الوقت. Yes.
Yeah, and in the same with the same understanding, you can use it as clean light after dark. You don't want blue light after dark.
Yeah.
So it's a great, beautiful light for hanging out at home after
Actually,
dark.
I use mine, Brian. I use mine when I wake up. I will just turn on. If I don't have to go out to the sun, for example, I will just turn on the lights of the sauna.
Yeah, and we actually have people buy the sauna panel, which is 3 or 4 bulbs, and they put in the living room like a fireplace as the same concept for beautiful light after dark that's clean, no flicker, no blue. So that's an amazing use of it. That allows you to use it all day long, anywhere, anytime you're indoors. So that's another use. Another use is we know that the first light in the morning you're supposed to get is sunlight, very early in the morning. The early morning sunlight is mostly near infrared. So the sun, actually, if you look at the spectrum of the sun, over 70% of the power you absorb is near infrared. It's the healing portion of the sun. And this has a lot of important positive influences on the body, on the hormone system, on the brain clock, on calibrating,
on the
programming the body for the day.
For sleep, for melatonin, for many things.
So many things. So if we don't have access to sunlight in the morning, we can shine this on our eyes and on our body in the morning for that morning reset. And that's a lovely way to use this.
يعني يلي بقول لكم انا دائما فيقوا طلعوا على الشمس مشان تظبطوا هرموناتكم وتظبطوا النوم وتظبطوا الميلاتونين تبعكم، هرمون النوم. اللي ما عنده شمس او اللي ما قادر يطلع لاي سبب، في بس يضوي هيدا الضوء. انا هيك بعمل اوقات خاصه ببولند، وبياخذ نفس البنفيتس، نفس الايجابيات اللي بتاخذوها تظهروا على الشمس الصبح. Okay, here we have a question. Yeah, please continue.
One more thing, the benefits of all of this light, whether it's in the sauna or in the portable lights outside, is we have light therapy benefits. It's anti-inflammation. It promotes regeneration. It promotes anti-aging. It repairs the genes.
مضادة للشيخوخة، يعني اللي علامات الشيخوخة، مضادة لالتهابات الجسم، يعني خاصة اللي عندهم أوجاع. It's also, I think it gives some boost to the skin. Yes, collagen production.
It promotes natural collagen production in the cells of the body, very important for the skin. But also the collagen is everywhere in your body, so you need that in your body. True. So the collagen production, also melatonin production. Majority of the body's melatonin is made by near-infrared light hitting the cell. It's called cellular melatonin. It's 94% of the body's melatonin is made that way. And melatonin is the body's #1 antioxidant. So this near-infrared light is refilling your antioxidant reserves every day in the cells. And that's very important for keeping the cell healthy. So melatonin production is huge. That's mostly from the near-infrared light from the sun. And then the last thing is structuring the water in your body.
People, they think it's only, I mean, some people, they think it's only for to sleep well, but it's a great antioxidant. And basically we were using it we still use it when we're treating anyone with COVID or any infection, any viral infection. على فكرة الميلاتونين انتم بتفكروا انه هو هرمون، لان هي بتعلي الميلاتونين، هو منه هرمون النوم بس، هو انتي اوكسيدنت، مضاد اكسده قوي كثير. وكمان الناس اللي عندهم كوفيد كنا نعالجهم وندخل على العلاج تبعهم الميلاتونين.
And since you mentioned immune system, we should talk about that. So light therapy and sauna are both promoting what's called immune modulation. So the sauna is literally promoting an artificial fever, which is a strong immune response. And the light therapy also, it makes your immune system work better. So it promotes the pro-inflammatory phase, the first phase of immune response, and then it helps with the anti-inflammatory second phase of immune response. So it both activates your immune system, but it also gets it to kind of work better. It's called immune modulation.
بتحفز الجهاز المناعي. But here I have to ask, because many people, they have autoimmune disease and they are scared to take any, for example, immune booster. But here we are talking about modulation, not boosting.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the modulation.
Exactly. That's what I love. It's not immune overactivation or immune suppression.
Yeah.
It's modulation. It's making it work better. And
so
basically, our bodies have we have an innate intelligence in our body. It knows how to work right. But it needs to get these simple things from nature that we need. And if we talk about autoimmunity, you know, there's a lot of debate in that. My personal opinion is the body never attacks itself. There is no such thing. The body is attacking poisons in the body. And the poisons in the body are...
There's the reason, the cause.
You know, they're causing the problems.
What's causing it.
So we use sauna to get the toxins out. And we use sauna and light therapy to restore optimal functioning. And the body takes care of itself.
Okay, let me just explain this piece especially. So الناس اللي بخافوا انه هي بتعلي لهم الجهاز المناعي لانه هي منيحه للجهاز المناعي، هي بتعمل موديوليشن، بتعادل، بتخليه توازن الجهاز المناعي بشكل انه هو يصير يصحح حاله ويصحح الاشياء الغلط اللي بالجسم. لان بتعرفوا اي حدا عنده مرض مناعي ذاتي في كوز، في ممكن السموم، في فيروسز، في بكتيريا، فهي هيدي بتساعد الجسم لا يتخلص منها. The question here, Brian, how far does the red light penetrate the skin, muscles, and bone?
It's a great question. So visible red light doesn't penetrate deeply. It only goes in a couple centimeters. So if we're using red light, that's only to treat the skin and the surface tissues of the body. We need to use near-infrared light to treat the deep tissues of the body. Near-infrared light penetrates 4 to 5 inches into the body. So only near-infrared light will treat the brain that's protected by the skull. Only near-infrared light penetrates bone tissue. So with our product, these bulbs, you know, they look red and we think, oh, they're red, but the red is only is a small portion of the power that comes out. Most of the power that's coming out is in the unseen wavelengths of near-infrared. And those wavelengths are going 4 to 5 inches into the body. So as we sit in the SaunaSpace sauna, just like out in the sun, the healing wavelengths are immediately going into the deepest organs of the body and bringing that healing and that therapy to every cell of the body.
Okay, so but the light bulb that you have, it's mix of red light and infrared, right? Or it's only infrared?
It's a full spectrum emission, just like the sun. So just like the sun, there's
مثل
some
الشمس.
visible
هي
light.
هدول الأضوية هدول مثل ضوء الشمس بدون اليو في، بدون الأشعة الضارة يعني. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a full spectrum emission. It's a big bell curve. It's all the wavelengths, just like the sun, but without ultraviolet light and blue light. So the big difference is there's no ultraviolet and blue here. The sun has a lot of some ultraviolet and blue. Those are the damaging wavelengths of the sun because they're so high energy. They you know, they're ionizing radiation. Ultraviolet light, blue light is causing free radical production. That's why all this LED light indoors is so damaging for us. But at least from the sun, we're getting a little bit of the damaging ultraviolet and blue, and we get a huge amount of healing near infrared. So SaunaSpace has said, let's give the full complement, the full spectrum, natural form of light that we get from the sun without UV and blue.
Without the harmful ones. So هي فيها الأشعة اللي بالشمس بدون الأشعة الضارة. Brian, the second question also I usually get that, will it not hurt our eyes? Because usually when there's any sauna, panel, infrared panel, they sell it with the special, to hide the eye, special protection.
Yeah.
The SaunaSpace doesn't have it.
No, we don't recommend.
What do you think?
We don't recommend any eye protection, and none of our customers really use it. The difference is that the full spectrum form of light from an incandescent bulb is more natural and gentle, and it's more like in its natural form. It's just like the difference between oranges and vitamin C powder. So
Yeah.
SaunaSpace full spectrum lights like the orange. The
Yeah.
LED light therapy is more like vitamin C powder. It's more clinical and
Yeah.
you know,
Synthetic.
and it's monochromatic, and it's the LED light is it's only a couple wavelengths. It's like 660 nanometer or 830 nanometer, and it's a very high power level. Where with us, it's a more gentle power level, and it's the broad spectrum makes it more like the way it is in nature. So it not only is it more gentle, that like I'm saying that you feel that
It
when you
never
feel
hurt
this
my
light on
eyes. I
you,
mean,
it doesn't hurt
yeah.
your eyes. It feels
No.
good in the sauna, and it's very different. The LED light therapy feels very clinical. You know, it feels very it's very intense. It's very not in a good way, I would say.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like the regular saunas and the LED light therapies, they're all doing good things. These are great products. We're all on the same side here. It's just what we're doing here is we're mimicking the natural form of light, and we're mimicking the way the sun heats the body. And when we do it in this way, it's more effective and more gentle.
Yeah.
And so we don't recommend you stare directly into the light for a long time. But in the
I will
sauna,
explain this now.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So اللي بيسألوني إنه ما بتضايق لنا عيوننا، أنا بقول لكم أول شيء بس بدكم تحطوا lights. So the lights that I understand, it should be the height of the neck, right? The last one should be the level of the neck. This is correct, Brian?
Correct, in the sauna.
So آخر وحدة آخر لمبة يعني من فوق بدها تكون هون، هيدي الماكسيموم تبعها. ما حنطلع نحن باللايت دغري، بس هدول اللايت ما بيأذوا العيون. ما تخافوا، يعني في كثير كانوا يسألوني بيأذوا العيون ولا لا. أنا بحياتي ما حطيت protection. I can imagine what you're hearing now, Brian. So, and also I want to introduce you. I mean, I see many of my followers are here. براين هو الفاوندر، هو صاحب شركة سونا سبيس اللي أنا عنديها تقريبا من 5 سنين وبضلني أحكي عليها وما بشبع. وهو كمان هيز اكسبرت بالسونا والريد لايت ثيرابي يعني. فاللي عنده أسئلة يكتب لي إياها هون هلا مشان نسأله إياها. I have here one question where it went.
Yeah, I have another question too. The fairy godmother official.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I wanted to. Please read
any
it.
thoughts on Tucker Carlson's piece on red light therapy? The media attacked this and said it's like putting a cell phone to your body. Yes, this is this is the media completely misunderstanding the whole concept of light therapy. So it's light is electromagnetism. It's a form of VMF, just as cell phones are a form of VMF. The difference is, what do we have in nature and what is man-made? You know, what's natural and what's artificial. So the wavelengths of near infrared are extremely they're much higher frequency than microwave. But it's also something that, again, if you look at what's our experience with light in nature, almost all the light we've ever had is from the sun. And the majority of the light from the sun is near infrared. So our bodies have been programmed. We have this intelligent, divine inner engineering that's designed to get this as a nutrient every day. It's probably the #1 nutrient we can get. We're beings of light, and we eat this light. It heals us in our cells. We use it for cellular energy. We use it for so many things. In contrast, microwaves, we don't really have in nature much. But that's what the cell phone technology wavelength is, and we know that's damaging to the body. So there's absolutely no comparison between an experience with light therapy and an experience with having a cell phone in your pocket.
Yeah. So what we got
I don't know if you want to explain that, maybe. It's kind of a tricky subject.
If she asks in English, I will explain later, because if she asks in English, it means I'm sure she or
good point.
They understood. Yes. What is it? SaunaSpace full spectrum 5 inches to flesh.
There is a question here in Arabic if you want to, from Hasabi.
I'm looking.
I don't know if you can do it, but I can click this little question icon and I can see questions.
Really? I don't have it here because you are starting this live. So I'm listening to you guys while using my red light. Okay, someone is using the red light here. I have to report something from my from people who they purchased this, and I know their feedback. So it's been great help for psoriasis. I had the client of mine, which she was her body fully covered with psoriasis, and she was reporting great results after using of course, food and everything else, but also the SaunaSpace. She got it.
Wow.
Also, I've been I had great feedback. People with arthritis, with last of my client of mine, she has been using this for really big nodule in her thyroid, but she was using, I suggested that she can use also castor oil over the area and frankincense oil, and it took her 3 times a week. She was doing 3 times a week. It took 4 months for the nodule, and it's confirmed by her ultrasound that it was like from the size, I don't know what's the size, let's say grape size to a pea size. It took 4
And
months. يا جماعة في عندي هون وحدة.
she was
في عندي وحدة
using the
هون
sauna?
من She was doing the sauna, and I asked her to put the castor oil and frankincense, pure frankincense oil, and 4
Incredible.
months, and the side, it's like, let's say 60%. It shrank.
Yeah, so there's a quick
من
question.
المتابعات هلا هون عندي ذكرتني انه عندك كان شو بيقولوا لها هيدي مش ورم، نسيت اسم النودل بالغده، كانت بحجم حبه العنب. بعد 4 أشهر عم تستعملها وعم تحط، انا قلت لها تحط عليها كمان زيت اللبان الخام وزيت الكاستر اويل اللي هو زيت الخروع كمان المعصور على البارد. وبعد 4 أشهر بالالتراساوند صارت قد حبه البازيلا، من حبه العنب لحبه البازيلا. Okay, let me
Wow,
check
that's so awesome. Here's a quick question about ordering from December 9. So how to order in Dubai? Can they do 220 voltage? Yes, absolutely. So on our panels and our sauna product pages, you just choose the correct adapter for your country. If you choose the US standard plug, it comes with 120 volt bulbs. All of the other plug adapter choices come with 220 volt bulbs for use in the world. In Dubai, you use the UK plug, is that correct? Yeah, so if you want to order to Dubai, you just select the UK adapter on the sauna or the light panel pages, and we ship worldwide. So we ship using FedEx to Dubai, and of course we're doing that all the time.
هن بيشحنوا لكل المطارح. انا حاطط لكم بالبايو عندي، حاطط لكم اللينك تبعها وحاطط لكم كود الخصم كمان. هن بيشحنوا لكل العالم، انتوا عم تشتروا لازم تنقوا البلاج هيدا لانه الامريكان غير اللي نحن هون بنستعمله بالبلاد العربيه، تنقوا انتوا تبع اليو كي. فهيدا بيجيكم مثل ما انتوا بدكم اياه حسب باي بلد. انا عم بحكي على دبي وهون بالخليج وبالوطن العربي. One question also I have, because before I asked my followers who has any question, can children use the sauna؟ فيهم الاولاد يستخدموا السونا؟ هيدي دائما بتسالوني عليها. في حدا عم بيقول لي احكوا اثنيناتكم عربي. الزلمه امريكي، كيفكم يحكوا عربي؟ كيفكم يحكي عربي؟ Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, children can use the sauna. They need to be supervised, and a very conservative recommendation is 1 minute per year of age, and it's again, just like we said in the beginning, it's very individually specific. Each person is different. As children get older, to get to be to the age of puberty and beyond, they can do the adult protocol. So they're just smaller, and so they need less time, but each person is different. I have a 7-year-old and a 12-year-old, and the 12-year-old can stay in there, for 15 minutes. The 7-year-old can stay in there for
so
probably
the
10
from
minutes.
7 years old, or younger, they can use it or not?
Because they need to be supervised.
Younger than 7,
yeah, and that's an individual choice that each parent should make. I was taking my children in when they were very young, even when they were babies, just for a little bit, just for a few minutes but it
تاخدوها للولاد just maybe with one lamp, no?
yeah,
Brian,
and
it's not like
also
full
yeah,
color.
with the single light, we have a lot of we have a lot of newborns, a lot of mothers with newborns who are using the single light for themselves and very carefully, you know, for limited time on the newborn to promote this, you know, the benefits
Wow.
thereof. Yeah, we have a growing number of children who actually have been born with the light on them
Oh, okay.
during the childbirth. So,
يعني عم بيقول
so
تستخدموهم. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so
They are asking for
everybody benefits
translation.
from
I'm
this.
just asking.
Everybody,
Yeah,
I was just going to say, in the Scandinavian culture, the children from an extremely young age are using sauna, actually a
yeah.
lot more vigorously than we're recommending actually here. So it's more of a cultural preference as long as they're supervised. You know, they can do it gently. They'll just since they're smaller, they heat up faster and they sweat faster, so they don't
Yeah.
need as much time as an adult.
So بالنسبة للأطفال فيكم تاخدوهم بس supervision، بدكم تتفرجوا عليهم، بدكم تراقبوهم انتم، بتحطوا لهم لمبة واحدة مثلا وما يكون كتير قراب، ويعني few minutes, yeah, up to 5 minutes maybe.
Yeah,
Let's say
we
5
probably
below.
probably have only time for 2 questions. And then we'll wrap up.
Okay. So ايه اي فيكم تستعملوها للأطفال، بدهم يكونوا تحت إشرافكم شي 4 دقائق 5 دقائق، وتكون لمبة واحدة بس، وبعدين بتصيروا بتشوفوا قد ايه هن بيستحملوها. So can you read the questions because you can directly access the
Yes,
question,
I
Brian?
see. Has to be asked the question in English. Okay, so it says, I have a cancer patient who has completed chemotherapy. Is it suitable for him, and what do you expect after using it? So we talked about this earlier in the conversation.
Yeah.
There's light therapy is widely used to help recover from the effects of chemotherapy. And so one would expect the same response as anyone would get from light therapy. So you have inflammation reduction. Sauna is used for light therapy is used for wound healing and injury recovery. So the cells that get the chemotherapy chemical is damaging the cell non-specifically. It's damaging all of the cells. So the light therapy is helping regenerate and rejuvenate, and the sauna is helping to detox, and together we're restoring, hopefully improving function in the tissues.
Okay. I will say it in Arabic. So بالنسبة لمرضى السرطان اللي اخذين كيمو، الريد لايت هو بيساعد الخلايا لتتجدد وتتعافى، والسونا نفسها بتساعد على الديتوكس، لان انتم بدكم تعرقوا ويصير في كتير يعني تصريف سموم. So yeah, I think we are. Can it help with eczema? Yeah, I have my own client. I have 3 clients that it helped them with the eczema. This is for sure. I witnessed this along with the food. يعني في ناس كتير تعافت من الأكزيما منها، بس كمان بدكم تشوفوا إذا في أي عدم احتمال غذائي، هذا كتير بيأثر كمان.
Yeah, I do have an article on this near infrared light for the skin and sauna for the skin. The skin is one of the things that usually starts improving the first, you know, when you start using your SaunaSpace. And the research in light therapy, it really strongly supports the use of that for skin issues, including eczema. A lot of light therapy research on healing eczema with light. So that's really powerful stuff. So yeah, before we hop off, I wanted to mention that we still have we have a promotion still going on, February Feels. That's going on for I think it ends tomorrow. So it's just today and tomorrow. And it's a site-wide 10% off sale. And I know you have a coupon code, Rana, and that can stack on top of the website sale.
عم بيقول براين انه اليوم وبكره في سيل، في عندهم سيل، فيكم تستعملوا الكود تبعي لتاخذوا 10%، right؟ 10%، وعادة بيعطوا 5%. بتروحوا على اللينك تبعي عندي بالبروفايل، بتكبسوا عليه، والكود بكتب لكم اياه انا هلا. I will write for them Rana 5. هيدا الكود تبعي، كود الخصم. اليوم وبكره في عندهم، هلا فيكم تستعملوا كود الخصم بعدين بيعطيكم 5%، بس اليوم وبكره 10%، right?
Yeah, 10% site wide, and they can use your code Rana5 to stack on top another 5%.
Thank you so much for your time, Brian. It was really nice to clarify a few points. And I was so excited to just tell you, like, especially about the antibodies. I know many people, they are waiting, and I know there are many people, they ask about the antibodies for the thyroid specifically. I have to say that I usually use the red light directly on my neck, and I use but for the first 2-3 years, it was only the SaunaSpace, and nothing just directed on and I was already feeling the difference. So all the best, and thank you
So
for
wonderful.
this.
It's such an amazing testimony. Yeah, and Ron, I'm so grateful that not just to have you on here and to get some of these questions answered, but to get them answered in Arabic as well is just really a pleasure.
One last question, Brian. She said she has varicose veins in her legs. Can she go into the sauna? Because usually it's contradicted to go to sauna if they have varicose vein in the legs.
We don't have we don't have that particular contraindication. There's not really any contraindications for our style of
maybe
sauna.
of dilation of the veins or something. I don't know what
the thing is with sauna and with light therapy, you want to get the vascular system to work better. So when you go in sauna, right? It causes your blood vessels to create new blood vessels and to repair the linings of the blood vessels and to create new ones. And with the light therapy in the sauna, you're increasing blood flow, but you're promoting vasodilation. So initially, you'll see more visible appearance of the blood vessels, but what you're doing is over time is you're healing them. You're making them work better. You're repairing them.
باختصار يا سوسن، باختصار بتصلح للناس لانه الريد لايت هي بدها تصلح الدمج تيشو، بدها تصلح الاشياء اللي خربانه بالجسم. انا راح العربي مني هلا. والسونا بتعمل ديتوكسيفيكيشن وبتسرع السيركيليشن، يعني بتسرع الدوره الدمويه، فمن المفروض انه تفيدك ان شاء الله. Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Rana.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.